Welcome to today's Virtual Market Open, where we celebrate the latest issuer to join the Canadian Securities Exchange. Join us as we count down to the market open and stay to learn more about the latest listing on the exchange for entrepreneurs. Together, we'll count down to the market open, and this will be followed by an interview with a company executive.
There we are.
Today, I am talking virtually to Dr. Mark Thorpe. Mark is the CEO of EnviroGold Global. This is a company that's been trading on the Canadian Securities Exchange. It trades under the symbol NVRO. We've just never had a chance to virtually talk to Mark. So, Mark, thank you so much for joining myself today and our audience members. I hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Anil. Yeah, it's a real pleasure to be here. And we're delighted to be working with the CSE for our initial listing back in 2021 and our continued success in 2022.
Mark, your company is doing some really neat stuff in the mining space, but I'm going to let you talk about it. So tell our audience members what EnviroGold Global is all about. What is your focus?
Our focus is the production of metals without mining. We are working to deploy scalable modular equipment, and we produce the metals as concentrates usually by reprocessing mine tailings. It's an amazing opportunity. There are hundreds of millions of tons of tailings around the world, some that were processed a long time ago when metal production, metal recoveries were not particularly good, and some more modern tailings that are being produced now that are very difficult to crack. And we're working to get the gold, silver, and the base metals required for the transition economy out of those tailings for a lower carbon footprint to allow us to develop as a society.
Got it. Mark, the company has obviously been listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange. You've had a little bit of time to experience what the CSE is all about. Tell us a little bit about this journey and what your experience has been like.
Our experience has been seamless. It's been really nice. We get great data on what's going on from the CSE, from the information that's provided. Our stock has been doing quite well in recent weeks, so we're very pleased with that as well, of course. So we're very pleased to be listed, and it gives us that access that we need to the markets, and it gives some people the opportunity to invest in us. So it's a great win for the CSE, and it's a great win for us.
I love it. It's definitely a two-way street in the partnership. Absolutely. Now, Mark, I want our audience members to know a little bit about yourself and your team members. So why don't you talk to us about your background as well as the team that you've assembled to move this company and have it succeed?
All right. Thank you, Anil. Well, my history is kind of a bit long, but I grew up in a coal mining town in England. My grandpa worked it was an electrical engineer at the mine. My uncles worked in the mine. So it was obvious that I was going to be in the mining business in some way, shape or form. I took the path of the ESG piece. I was always in environment, community, health and safety, government relations. I emigrated to Canada and worked in various mines at the end of almost every road in Northern Ontario and up in Northern British Columbia, before dotting around, living in Africa, South America. Lived and worked on 4 continents in 30 different countries, more than 30 different countries over the last 35 years, always in ESG. And I got the opportunity last year to join EnviroGold and head up the team. And I've been fortunate that I've been able to build an amazing team. One of my young guys is always happy to say that we have over 500 years of experience on our team in finance and mining, and he brings about 10. So it gives you an idea of the depth of experience. Many of my team members have a global experience. They've worked around the world with 40% bilingual English-Spanish, so we can address the South American market as well. So very proud to be able to lead this great team of men and women and EnviroGold is advancing based on their abilities and their knowledge.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about, because you're in such a neat space in the way you're looking for resources. How does a company and team like EnviroGold differentiate from some of your peers that are in this market as well?
Well, we're an interesting group because we're a global company for a start. Many of our peers are focused on one particular either geographical region or one particular type of tailings. We've specifically focused on refractory tailings. We've been able to unpack some of the most complicated tailings on the planet by our proprietary leaching technology, and we're working to expand that. Interestingly now, people are actually coming to us saying, hey, Mark, can you help me with these tailings? It's a bit complicated, or I can't get any of the gold and silver out of my tailings. What can you do to help me? So we're starting to build a nice pipeline of projects that are in review, that we're working through the lab work. And we have 2 projects that are, one's under contract and the other one, we're negotiating a contract. The one under contract is in Buckens, Newfoundland. That's an environmental cleanup. That's a fantastic project. And then we have a big one in Tasmania as well. So we're global and we attack some of the most difficult tailings on the planet. But the interesting thing is my team has been able to crack that and make it economic. So we think we're a great play, and we think we're great value right now.
Well said, Mark. Now, are there any milestones that you're able to talk about? I know you've had a lot of uptake over the last little while here while you're with the company's trading, but are there any milestones you're able to talk about that our viewers and audience members can look out for?
Well, we recently announced the environmental approval for the exploration work at Buckens. So very excited to get that work started. I was on a meeting with my team yesterday. They're planning the coring of the material in the Delta. So I expect to get that into the lab as soon as possible and get the data out. We're looking to have an inferred resource on that in Q2 of this year. That's the plan. And we're hoping to complete in the very short term here the finalization of the contract for the Helia Tailings project as well. So working through the pipelines, working through the pipeline of projects, getting my team sorted out, and then once the resources are defined, then we'll be looking to go for project-specific financing and get those projects up and running.
Now, Mark, where can our viewers go to find more information on your company, its projects, the technology that you use, and obviously sign up for your upcoming news and keep up with your progress?
Well, probably with every other company on the planet, our website at EnviroGoldGlobal.com is the best place to start, where you can sign up for our newsletter. You can look at our corporate presentation. That's a great place to start. We're also obviously active on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. So if you type EnviroGold Global into that, you'll find us and you'll find the relevant information. And you'll probably see my happy smiling face talking to you at some point during those presentations. So that's the way to go. And obviously, if you can contact us directly through our channels on our webpage.
Mark, thank you so much for your time. We at the CSE wish you and your team nothing but continued success as a company listed on the exchange. And we look forward to having you on again to give us an update in the next little while as you progress.
Anil, it's been a total pleasure today talking to you. And thank you so much. And thank you, everybody who's out there listening to this. Thank you for your time. And don't forget to follow the CSE.
Perfect. So you've been listening to Dr. Mark Thorpe. He is the CEO of EnviroGold Global, listed on the CSE under the symbol NVRO. Mark, thank you again.
Thank you. You're welcome.